Immunotherapy.
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 Immunotherapy. Hello and welcome to the Cancer Conversation. I am your host Ekta, and today we are tackling a word that brings a lot of hope to anyone touched by cancer, and the word is immunotherapy. It has been called as a miracle treatment. It has been called as a game changer. But what can it truly do? Is it really the cure that we all have been waiting for? And to help us separate the groundbreaking facts from the common myths, today we are joined by one of India's leading medical oncologists, Dr. Chetana Bakshi. So, thank you so much, Dr. Bakshi, for being with us over here and joining us to talk about such an important thing. But before we start going about this, I wanted to know something more about your 25 years of experience. What all have you done and your journey?
So I basically belong to Nagpur. I have done my MD medicine from Nagpur, and then I came to Bombay at Tata Hospital. I did my oncology training in Tata Hospital, and then I joined Just Hospital as a junior consultant. Since last 20 years, I'm working in Thane in a Jupiter Hospital as a senior medical oncologist.
That's great. So I'm sure with all these years of experience, we are going to have a lot to talk about today. So, Dr. Bakshi, let's start at the very beginning. When a patient hears the word immunotherapy, what does it actually mean to them? Because people actually who do not have a medical background do not really understand the word immunotherapy. Can we just tell it to them?
Yeah, so immunotherapy means immunotherapy in cancer, right?
Yes.
So in cancer, we have different kinds of therapy. We give chemotherapy, we give targeted therapy, and immunotherapy. So immunotherapy is a very new therapy which has come, and how it acts is it will act on your own immune cell, and this immune cell will kill the cancer cell. This is what basically the immunotherapy is.
Right.
Okay. So now, what is the difference? Like, why do we say that immunotherapy is different than a cancer chemotherapy? Conventionally, since last so many years, we have been treating cancer with chemotherapy. And how chemotherapy is a blanket treatment. When we give chemotherapy to the patient, it means that it will kill all the growing cells.
Right.
And cancer cells are growing cells. The tumor cells are always in the mitosis, and they're growing cells. That's why they get killed. At the same time, our normal cell also, some cells which are growing, like hair, are growing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we see hair loss in the cancer chemotherapy. So this is how chemotherapy works. Now, how immunotherapy works is it will not go and kill cancer cells at all. It doesn't touch cancer cells. It will go and it will touch your own immune cells. It will make your immune cells active and make them understand, see, this is a cancer cell. And then it kills the cancer cells. That's why immunotherapy doesn't give rise to side effects. It's a better treatment as compared to the chemotherapy.
Okay, that's very fascinating. So basically, we're empowering our own immune system.
True.
And our body is fighting by itself.
True, yes.
Almost, sort of.
Yes.
Like we're training our body to
Right.
fight. Okay.
Right. So basically, I'll tell you what, ideally speaking, nobody should get cancer, right?
True.
Why somebody is getting cancer? So what is cancer? Cancer is our normal cell. Sometimes there's a mutation in our normal cell. One normal cell becomes mutated and it starts spreading very fast. So in an ideal scenario, our normal cell, any normal immune cell should identify, "Arey, ye cell kharab ho gaya," and then it kills the cell. That's why not everybody will get cancer, right? Some people in whom this immune cell is not able to identify this cell. And why this immune cell is not able to identify the cancer cells? Because sometimes this cancer cell, they have a blinding effect on our immune cells. So they start growing and they have a blinding effect on the immune cells, and that's why immune cell doesn't see the cancer cells. They are blinded. So cancer cells starts increasing.
Oh.
So what immunotherapy does is it goes inside, it will just आँख के ऊपर की पट्टी निकालते हैं, it will unblind our immune cells.
Okay.
So it won't increase the immunity, it will unblind the immune cells towards the cancer cells. And that's how cancer cells are killed. This is how it helps.
Oh. So we're not actually putting anything new in the body over here. We are just reactivating.
Right,
the
right.
immune
Perfect.
system. You can see that. Okay. So is it also that one size fits all, as in does immunotherapy works for everybody?
So no. So as I said, this is how immunotherapy works, right?
Right.
So cancer increases by, there are various ways by which the cancer cell will get increased. So only in those patients where we see this blinding effect, only in that patients only immunotherapy will work. So there are certain tests which will tell us, for example, we do a test called as PDL1 test or MSI test, which will tell us that immunotherapy will work. And only in the patients, if it is positive, those tests are positive, which will tell us, okay, this has caused the blinding effect. And that's why this patient has got cancer. And if we give immunotherapy, cancer will go away. So in those patients, only immunotherapy works. So it doesn't work in all the cancers. Because why person gets cancer, there are various different reasons. And in a cancer where this is the reason, it helps.
Okay, so I think this is the reason why I asked you this question is because there are so many myths surrounding it. Like, there are people who are scared कि मुझे कीमो नहीं लेना है, मुझे इम्यूनोथेरेपी ही करना है.
Right.
तो इसीलिए मैंने आपसे पूछा कि अगर कोई आके ये कहता है कि मुझे कीमो नहीं करना, मुझे सिर्फ इम्यूनोथेरेपी ही करना है.
So, as I said, immunotherapy cannot be given to all the patients, right? So, in some patients, we can give only immunotherapy also. Like, for example, say in lung cancer, we do this test. And if this test is very, very positive, like all cells are PDL1 positive, then we know that giving only immunotherapy should also help. In those patients, we do not give chemotherapy.
Okay.
But as you rightly said, one size doesn't fit all. So there are some patients in whom only chemotherapy is required. In some, both are required. And there are few patients who are lucky enough that only immunotherapy will also help.
Right. So this brings us to the second part wherein there are myths and facts because I just said that there are people who are confused.
Right.
So there are so many myths. So let's tackle some of the biggest myths right now and some of the most persuasive ones also. That immunotherapy is a cure for cancer is something that people believe in. As an oncologist, your take on it.
So, first of all, no, in oncology, we do not use word cure because cure means क्या होता है कि patients are free of cancer and they will not get it back. So, we do not know whether patient is going to get the cancer back or not. So, even in stage 1 cancers, in very good cancers also, there is always 5 to 10% chance that they will get it back. So, we always talk in survival, like 5-year survival, 10-year survival, 10-year disease-free survival. So, we never use the word cure, as I said. But yes, immunotherapy, we may not cure the cancers, but it definitely increases the disease-free survival of the patients and overall survival of the patients in whom, so I tell you, for example, like, few years back when there was no immunotherapy, when we used to give treatment to the patients, in some patients, stage 4 patients, we used to tell ki, okay, you take this chemotherapy, and even after taking the chemotherapy, survival will be 1.5 years, 1 year. If you do not take it, will be 6 months. If you take it, will be 1.5 years. Now, if those patients are eligible for immunotherapy, we tell them to take it for 2 years, and we do not know. You may live maybe 10, 15 years also, but we do not use the word cure because they may live for 15 years, they may live for 5 years. We do not know when the disease comes back.
Right. So there's no cure.
We do not use the word cure in cancer.
Right. So this distinction that you're talking about is so crucial for managing their expectations because they are expecting a cure, but we're giving them a survival.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So another common belief, another common myth, I'm going to call it, I won't call it beliefs anymore, is that immunotherapy is safer and easier to tolerate than chemotherapy. Is this accurate or?
Okay, so I would say it is little safe than chemotherapy. However, there is no drug which will come without side effects, right? At the same time, as I told you, chemotherapy is a blanket treatment and it will cause injury to all our growing cells like our hair and nail and WBC. So all these things doesn't cause because of the immunotherapy. However, so I told you unblinding effect. So sometimes what happens, our immune cells when they are unblinded, they kill the tumor cells, but sometimes they become so active that they may cause injury to our normal cells also, and especially hormonal cells like thyroid hormone cells and adrenal cells. So we do see side effects with the immunotherapy. Like most of the patients who take immunotherapy, their thyroid level may go down. Sometimes patient cortisol level, that is cortisol is a steroid. So steroid level in body may go down.
Stress hormone.
Yeah, so patient may become a little weaker. So all these things do happen. However, since we know, and so there are some cutaneous side effects. Some people may get rash, and some odd patient may get lung infection, infections, but inflammation where they find difficulty in breathing.
A little bit of respiratory.
Right. So we know all these things do happen. So we start seeing patients from day one. So day one, we send all these hormone levels and we keep them under follow-up every 2 months. And if there is any, we see okay, thyroid is going down, we start giving them hormones. Or if we see cortisol is down, we start giving them treatment. So that's how we tackle the side effects. So it is not that it comes without side effects, but since we know how to tackle the side effects, definitely giving immunotherapy is easier to the than chemotherapy, but it is not that there are no side effects at all.
So it will have
Absolutely.
some side effects
See,
for
any
obvious reasons.
drug as easy as a paracetamol drug will also give some side effects, right? So there is no drug which comes without side effects.
Yes, it's more like an alien object entering your body. It is going to do something, right? So beyond the science and the statistics, this is about real people. So could you please share a story from your practice where immunotherapy made a tangible, life-changing difference for one of your patients?
Okay. So not one but many patients. So I'll tell you my first patient on immunotherapy. So this is around 7, 8 years back, where I had one patient who was lung cancer. That time we were not using immunotherapy so much, and immunotherapy is an expensive treatment. Every cycle will cost around 2 lakh of rupees, and not everybody in India can take that. So this patient, her husband was working in some kind of government firm where he was getting money from their office. So initially we gave chemotherapy and then patient came back with the disease. So I explained them there is nothing but we can try immunotherapy if you're okay, and we need to give this treatment at least for 2 years. So he calculated in his mind and he said, Ki, Madam Mala, no, I have 9 months to retire. Let me try for 9 months. So he took that treatment only for 9 months and then he stopped because he didn't have money. So I said, okay, whatever. That patient showed such a good response. Now it is 7, 8 years and she had brain metastasis. So actually speaking, we were not expecting survival of 6 months. Now it is 7, 8 years. She still comes to me in the OPD. Every time she comes, I'll take her photo and I'll say, "Okay, आपका मैं photo कहीं तो भी publish करूँगी." But I'm so happy to see her, And that time we never used to do this test also. This test were also expensive. So the test which I told you, PDL1, and they were also expensive. So we never used to do those tests also. So I just gave her blindly and thankfully she responded and she is really doing good. One more patient, actually, I remember, I'll tell you, one 80-year-old lady. She had a urinary bladder cancer and she came with a metastatic disease, very well to do family. And they wanted to try something, and I thought what to give now. She had a metastatic disease and she had histories of, she had undergone bariatric surgery and all. So then we thought we'll give immunotherapy. She was not very much willing. She said, I don't want to take. But then every family member said, see, we have money, we can give. So she just took 3 cycles. Ideally, she should have taken at least 24 months. She just took 3 cycles and then she said, I don't want. But in 3 cycles, she showed complete response. And now it is 2 years. She is still in response. So which is so good. But not all the patients will show such kind of response. So I don't want to send the message that even giving 3 cycles is okay. Ideally, we should take full treatment. But there are some patients who really, really do well. And then when you look at them, you say, okay, it is worth it, and that really increases our confidence in giving the treatment and counseling the patients. Because when we, so as I said, in India not everybody can take it, right, and not everybody has mediclaim. So when we counsel now, even we think twice, okay, I am telling this that you have to take this kind of treatment, how it is going to affect the family. But now when we know that it is really useful, it gives us more confidence to talk to them about the treatment.
Right, but then you really think that these medical expenses can be taken care of by Mediclaim or like,
So
is it really affordable? Because this is another myth that people have.
yeah, right. So, yes, it is an expensive treatment because it's a patented drug. It's an imported drug. That's why it is expensive. So, so because of that, these companies, they know India is a third world country and not everybody has money, and still they want to sell the drug in India. So, most of the companies, they come with something called as patient assistance program. PAP, we call it.
Okay.
So, whatever routine immunotherapies we are using, what they do is they say, ki, okay, if patient buys 5 cycles and patient is doing whole 1 year, will give treatment fee. So that way, it reduces the cost by 50%. And in case patient is not responding, they can just stop the drug. So companies are also helping, and we are very, very hopeful that soon biosimilar Indian drugs will also come. So Indian drug can only come, biosimilar only can come when patent gets expired.
Right.
So there are some patents which may be expiring in a year or two, and we all are waiting that it becomes more affordable and we can give to more and more patients.
Right.
One more thing I would like to say is, as I said, immunotherapy is expensive. So our Tata Hospital in Bombay, Tata Memorial Hospital, they have done one trial where they used a low dose immunotherapy. Like generally we give 200 milligram dose agar. So they used only 40 milligrams. So they used 1/5 of the dose, and they tried in many patients and they actually did well. So this is not still FDA approved, but we have been using in some of our patients who cannot afford, and those patients do respond.
Great.
So there is some original research also going on in India where they are trying to find how to help our own Indian patients.
Right.
And Tata Hospital is really doing very good work on it.
So, ma'am, when we're talking about these patients who are responding well, even for lower doses, or we're talking about those people who responded well at nominal doses, at good doses,
Right.
or when you said that 3 doses may work, then
Right.
you're not promoting it. तो क्या उसके पीछे उनकी लाइफस्टाइल भी एक रीजन हो सकता है?
सो रिस्पॉन्स के लिए तो आई डोंट थिंक सो लाइफस्टाइल कैन बी अ रीजन ultimately cancer largely we can call it as a lifestyle disease. You know, most of the risk factors for cancer are lifestyle related, like obesity, patients eating habits, eating more fatty foods, sedentary lifestyle. All these things are risk factor. Or in breast cancer, late marriages, no children, all these things are risk factors. So they are lifestyle related, but response, I don't think so that is lifestyle related at all.
Okay, okay, but still, if we have to, if we maintain a better lifestyle, maybe we could reduce the risk, is it?
Of getting
Reduce,
cancer.
yes.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
So, when we were also talking about the clinical trials that you talked to us about, so talking about the current research and the future, where do you think the field of immunotherapy is headed in the next 5 to 10 years? Because you said the patents might expire and
Yeah.
we might do something.
Yeah, so next 5 to 10, actually now, no, in oncology is in a very exciting phase. You know, daily new drug is coming. When we are seeing so many new drugs coming daily, and they are so good. Firstly, side effects are becoming lesser and lesser. There are more number of drugs coming. There are targeted drugs coming, and in next 5 years, I hope. We always, like in oncology, we always say that we would like to write a obituary to chemotherapy, that we will not be writing blanket treatment to anyone, and it will be just a targeted treatment to most of our patients.
I hope that happens very
Yeah.
soon. I hope that happens very soon. So, as we are towards the end of our conversation, almost, because I am actually enjoying this conversation a lot, I would not want to end it, but yes, we do have a little bit of time restriction. So, what is the most important? This is one of my very favorite questions. And what is the one most important piece of advice that you would want to give to the friends and family members of the patients? Because एक पेशेंट से ज्यादा मुझे लगता है उनके फ्रेंड्स और फैमिली एक ज्यादा स्ट्रेस से गुजर रहे होते हैं
Yes,
सो
yes.
उन्हें हम क्या बोलेंगे
So caregiver stress is very important, and we have seen, as you rightly said, that their stress is more than the patient. However, everything has patients is patient centric, and we have to give more importance to the patient. So one has to be patient with the patient. This is the first thing. Then be positive. Spreading the positivity is very important. And this is one thing, you know, I've seen in India. Now we have got very good family support. इंडिया में कुछ है नहीं है, लेकिन फैमिली सपोर्ट इतना अच्छा होता है. एक आदमी बीमार है, कम से कम 10 लोग उसके साथ होते हैं. पेशेंट फील सो गुड अबाउट इट, and we feel so good about it, because we see sometimes patients from abroad comes and there's no one with them, and if somebody comes also with them and we try to talk to them, the patient will say, this has happened with me. Patient say, madam, please talk to me, don't tell them. It is like that, so they don't have anyone with them. So that is there. Secondly, yes, healthy lifestyle is very important. Thirdly, you know, there are certain do's and don'ts which we always tell to family member, the kind of food they have to eat. So one is to just take care of the patient ki, the kind of food they should receive, healthy food they should receive. All those things are very important.
Right. So also with these friends and family, especially family is the one who helps navigate a decision.
Yes.
So it would be either go for a treatment, do not go for a treatment. Patient तो बोलते ही है कि हाँ don't spend money on me or whatever,
Right.
but family का decision होता है eventually. They're navigating through a decision. How would you counsel the family? Maybe something for the family.
So again, you know, one thing, I always tell them that don't keep it away from the patient. Like patient should always be involved in the decision making. So many times now we see that patient is kept outside and family will come inside and they'll say, अब patient के सामने कुछ मत बोलो, उनको कुछ पता नहीं है. So this is something which I don't think should be done. Patient should be informed, because everybody, most of our patients are adult patients. They understand nowadays everybody has got smartphone. They just Google and they know what they have. And if you do not tell them, then their trust on you is shattered, and they will never trust you. They won't trust doctor. They won't trust the relative. So everything should be told to the patient. At the same time, it should be told in a positive way. This is very important. And having trust on the doctor is very, very important, because he will only tell you what is best for you.
Yeah.
So that if you are talking to the doctor and you are not trusting them, then it becomes very difficult for a doctor to treat the patient. Ajkal, we do understand, we read in the paper, and doctors have come into this Consumer Protection Act, and it is like a business, but it is not like that. It is always, doctor to patient relationship is always a human relationship. It will never become how apna machine relationship, right? So, trust in the doctor and asking each and every. So, never hesitate in asking the questions. Yeah. No doctor will say, कि ये आप मत पूछो. Okay, so never hesitate. No question is a stupid question. Ask everything, make things clear, and then take a decision.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with this one point because sometimes people think that will I be taken as somebody who is dumb if I'm asking this particular question? But no, I think I'm sitting over here, I'm sitting with an oncologist and I'm asking her all the possible questions. So, this is something that I'll also tell the viewers, just like Dr. Bakshi said here, that you can please go ahead and ask all the questions that you feel like. And also, I'll take this opportunity to thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for talking to
much.
us and giving us so much information. It was so nice having this interaction. I'm sure even people would connect a lot with everything that we talked about immunotherapy, about how people feel about it, and about busting the myths. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining in into this conversation. And we hope that this episode has helped all of you demystify immunotherapy completely and has also empowered you with knowledge. Remember all of this and do not forget to share this episode with anybody who might benefit from it. This is Ekta signing off today from the Cancer Conversation. Stay aware, stay hopeful, and take care. See you until next time.